Welcome back to Extra Time, everybody. Act 3, we've got cross-modulation. Several games this weekend feature players that need to have their mojo turned up to 11 if their side is going to get a result. We'll start with what on paper looks like it could be televised Ambien. San Jose and New York under the Friday night lights at Giant Stadium. Shep, here's the question. Is it possible for two teams to lose the same game?
I'm still trying to get over that cross-modulation, but
that's a generational thing.
Yeah, Greg, I'd make the argument that both these teams, New York and San Jose, are desperate. Yeah. I mean, they both desperately need a win. So it may not be a thing of beauty, but I could see a wild 4-3 game.
Well, that's the thing. On paper, it might not look so good, but actually on the field, these are two teams that are going to come out. They're going to have to press. New York at home, they have to do something. For me, I think that Dane Richards really needs to pick it up for the Red Bulls because somebody has to start providing Juan Pablo Angel with some service. And Richards is, for me, the guy who can get out wide on the right side, has the speed, start putting the ball into the box a little bit.
Well, I think in theory you're right, but we still have to see it. This is a New York team that's only scored 5 goals in 8 games, one an own goal, Connell Smith off of Jay Heaps. So 4 real goals in 8 games, and I have Juan Pablo Angel, so Dane Richards could be a key. I think the key for San Jose, though, Alvarez has been their best player. He's got that ability on the left foot. He could cut to the inside. He could beat defenders 1v1. Huckabee out. So I think Alvarez is really the guy to watch.
Well, he had some chances last weekend against Chivas, and he didn't put them away, and that ended up coming back to bite them. Now, New England is coming off 2 dreadful shutout losses, and they travel to face their bitter rivals, the Chicago Fire, on Saturday night. It's a tough game for the Revs against an undefeated Fire side, and the question, what do the Revs do to stop Blanco and McBride?
Well, Greg, I think the answer starts with Matt Reese. Forget about the bad goal. He's a veteran goalkeeper. He forgot that 30 seconds after it happened. Yeah. This is going to be a game for New England where they have to really be tight defensively. So it starts with the leadership of Matt Reese in goal. They're going to they have their work cut out for them, but I expect them to play hard on the defensive side.
Yeah, they're going to have to stay very organized defensively as well because Chicago's really playing very well. I think that Patrick Nyako and his speed will be dangerous also. We always talk about Blanco and McBride, but Nyako does a lot of running off the ball that causes problems for other teams. Another game to look at, Dallas at Houston. They're playing for bragging rights in the Lone Star State. Now, I think there's a name for this rivalry, but I'm not really sure what it is because the rivalry has been so one-sided. Houston is 7-2-5 in all competitions against Dallas since they moved down to the Lone Star State. Now, that's not about to change anytime soon the way Dallas is playing.
No, we'll come up with a name. It's a barbecue. They've been barbecuing Dallas. But
Good point.
Houston, I think, they're on a roll.
Yeah.
For them to continue, they have to continue, I believe, to get the ball to Brian Ching. Brian Ching has found his scoring touch. He's still the key when it comes to putting the ball in the back of the net for them. I think Dallas is going to face a big challenge.
Well, FCD, obviously, Kenny Cooper up top. He's the guy they're going to look to for the goals. But I think for them in back is where the real issue stands. They need Drew Moore to start playing like Drew Moore did a couple of years ago. He needs to take command of the defense for Dallas because that's been their biggest problem. Obviously, they're not getting much goalkeeping, so the center back position has to start picking it up.
Well, put Kenny Cooper back there as a dual center back.
Let Kenny Cooper play him back. Well, finally on Sunday afternoon, it's a Pac-10 battle between Los Angeles and Seattle at Quest Field. Shep, many people were impressed by the Sounders' performance against Chicago. They went down a man with Freddie Montero's red card, and then they get the equalizer late. How did you assess that performance?
Greg, I thought it was a great performance. Playing a man down against a very good Chicago Fire team in their own building. In Chicago. I think that's a great performance. I predicted they'd do well this year. I think they're very well balanced. Keller in goal, Hurtado, Tyrone Marshall in the center, Alonzo sweeping. They have a load of talent.
It's still a little early to be making big predictions. However, for this weekend's game, who's the key for Seattle?
I think it has to be Nate Jaquab because with Freddie Montero out serving a suspension from the red card, Jaquab's been wonderful creating goals. He drew 5 Chicago Fire players to him on the tying goal that Tyrone Marshall got. Had a wonderful pass up in Toronto to Lundberg for his goal. So Jaquab's got to finish his chances. He only has 1 goal. I'd like to see him be a goal scorer as well as a provider.
Well, the way Seattle plays at home, you've got to imagine that he's going to get a couple of goals even, and especially because Los Angeles played midweek and they're going to be a little tired. However, the Galaxy always have some weapons going forward especially. Well, that's all we have for you this week on Extra Time, but join us next week and we'll kick it around.